It's Chef Triller here at Heart and Soul, the hottest, newest soul food spot here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. 4808 Randall Street, Suite 111. This right here. We cook from the heart for your soul. Guarantee y'all, I'ma warm y'all soul. Guarantee y'all. Come on. I'll go eat with the rest, eat with the best. It's a guarantee. You will not be disappointed. Guarantee.
That was then, this is now, this for show, let them know. Here I go, reservoir, there I go, reservoir. That was them, this is me, this is king, you ain't know. Here I go, Crit here, sound like this, my year. Type of car we don't steal, backseat driver for real. Drop me off at the top, got that key with no lock. Play for the team that I own, ain't no taking my spot. Franchise, we take a lifetime to spin it. Hit that bank to the visit, raise a hand if you win. Drop the top on the road, had the whole lid of gold. Bible service for family, I'm proposing a toast. Made it out the hood like, yeah, who would've thought we would get out of the project like this? Don't get lost in my crib, way too legit to quit. Oh, you thought that was it? I'ma be bigger than big, yeah, you know what it is. Here I go, put 'em up, there I go, put 'em up. That was then, this is now, this for show, let them know. Here I go, reservoir, there I go, reservoir. That was them, this is me, this is king, you ain't know. Here I go, going, I'm gone, I'm gone. Crit here, bone with it, thin body, no limit, breaking that bread with my foe. Ain't even eat the whole loaf. Did for the win and the goal. Ain't even look at the score.
Ladies and gentlemen, this your journey in Jarrell's journal. Say it now, yeah, that's right. Nothing less but the best. This your journey in Jarrell's journal. Say it now, stand up. All over the globe. This your journey in Jarrell's journal. 2-6. In city stands up, 2-6. This your journey in Jarrell's journal. Let's go.
Bring it with me, the source of your information, created to cover all sorts of sports and many players. In the making, there is none other like it. From the majors to the minors, it's tailored to be enlightening. To politic with the globe and unfold an athletic platform for the world to behold. Stay tuned as I cover your thoughts and views. Innovating a structure to stand taller for the player of the day, making way for tomorrow. Consistent content distributed with quality as passions of the youth get used, creating prodigies. The cornerstone for the call-ins and interviews, opinions, countdowns, trivia's the latest news. Bearing gifts, so this is from me to you, guaranteed to be what you don't want to miss. So have a seat, cause I'm back.
There I go, hit up. Hey, man, that big Crit, I've been sleeping on him, man. I swear, I might have to start listening to him more, man. But I'm back. Welcome, man. Welcome to Jarrell's Journal. I know it's been a while, man. We've been working on some things, but I'm glad you guys tuned in. Today we got a special guest. I had the pleasure about a year ago to meet a up-and-coming bright young mind in the NFL sports world on the coaching side, man. And I've been staying in touch with him. He's been gracious enough to come through and kick it with us and help me out with some things, man. So we're going to introduce him to the Ville. I need everybody coming in to show him some love, man. Show him how the Ville support the, not just the Ville, but all of North Carolina. You know, we got people all over Georgia, South Carolina, Florida, wherever, but show them some love and show them that we support the Panthers. Before we even start, let me do some little housekeeping as I always do. In below, we have a link called Share. If you have any Panthers fans, any NFL fans, any coaches, high school, college, please share, man. This information can be vital and useful, and they might want to check it out. So if you can, please share that, and I appreciate it. So without further ado, what I want to do is introduce this young man. So like I said, I met this guy about a year ago, and there's a couple of young guys that I really like, that I'm rooting for, and I'm looking to see their endeavors as they grow in the NFL coaching ranks. His name is Cedrick Whitaker, and he's the assistant coach for my Carolina Panthers. So y'all make some noise and give it up for my guy, Ced, yo.
So,
Bro.
man, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm chilling. How you feeling, man?
Man, I can't complain at all, man. Sure, it's just good to be able to know that we're getting back to some football, man. Finally.
Man, we back, man. The NBA just ended last week, and thanks to COVID, we're not feeling no off seasons. It's straight to NFL, man.
Straight to the NFL, man. It's gonna be a blast, man. I'm excited.
Oh, already, man. And this is your second season here in Carolina with spring training coming. How you feel about spring training, man? How your emotions, man?
Man, well, shoot, spring training was great, man. It was awesome, man. We got back to it. It was awesome just to be able to have a spring training this year, OTAs, different things like that. But I'm excited to be able to kick things off this next week, man. At training camp, man. It's a lot to look forward to.
Now, real quick, how have you been just keeping up with COVID around Charlotte and stuff? How you been maintaining? What you been doing in the off season, brother?
Shoot. Well, the main thing is, it's highly encouraged, man, that we go get that vaccination. I'm not the one to tell anybody what to do, but just highly encourage. First things first. I went and got the vaccination. And I highly encourage those who don't have it to, just go study. Look at the resources that you have. Just to make your decision on that. But other than that, just making sure to keep the house clean. I've been big with the, hand sanitizer and things like that, making sure everything is kind of neat and tidy around the house and at work. We do a really good job of making sure that we follow protocol and just making sure everyone's safe.
Man, that's dope. Now, real quick, I also have one. I asked this question to a rapper, my man Rain, and a couple other rappers, but I also do it on the sports side. Tell me when you fell in love with the game, with football, man. When did you fall in love with the game?
Oh shoot, man! I've been playing football since I was 4 years old, man. So I fell in love with the whole aspect of the game at a young age. Especially with my dad being the coach. He pushed me, man. So I've been around the game for a long time now.
You had the pleasure. You say he coached you, so he coached you going all the way up.
Yeah, man. So he coached me, all the way through Little League, all the way up until my eighth grade year. And then I played for the middle school a year, and then went on to play in high school.
Okay, that's very smooth. Now, real quick, before we get into learning more about you, I had a question for you. And I know you coming from a player, and you're young, a player to a coach. I know. I mean, I'm on the baseball side. When I started playing, um, or stopped playing, I didn't know, and I got the job as a baseball coach. I didn't know how I would feel coaching, versus not being on the field. As a young coach, how's that transition been for you, man?
Oh man, it's been pretty well. It's been pretty good, man. This year, I think it's a little different. I think I'm starting to get old now, man. For the first time, some guys came in that we drafted, and those rookies, and they hit me with the yes sir, and I'm like, dang. Well, I still feel young, but sure, I'll be 29 here soon, man. But I still feel like I'm young, man. But it was just my transition from being, a player to being a coach. It happened pretty quick. It was something that I always knew I wanted to do. Like I say, my dad was my coach. So what other, example to look forward to than your father? So literally 2 weeks after my last game, I hopped right into coaching, man, and it was a smooth transition, and I'm really grateful for it because I got a chance to coach the defensive backs, that I just finished playing with a few weeks ago, and not only that, these are my best friends, my roommate, matter of fact. So not only am I coaching them, but I'm also going home with them, being able to critique them on a whole nother level, and it also showed me the importance of, a relationship first before being a coach. You really got to build a relationship. So I can say the transition physically, I always think I'm a I can't play right anymore, I don't think. But I always can tell. I tell you right now, I run a 4.4. Probably can't do it, but I'm highly competitive, So I always feel like I can do it, you know. But the transition from being a coach to a player, I could say mentally and emotionally, physically, it's something that I wanted to happen, So it's been pretty smooth, man.
That's smooth, man. And we, because we got balls on, we got some balls that joined in. I got to show some love to my guys. My man from the Jets, legend Eric Childs. What up, big bro? How you feeling, man?
What's up, Eric? How you doing, man?
And then I got one for you. Keep an eye out on him. Said this is Juwan Harley, man. He in the ring league. He used to play with the Bills, man. It's my other guy, man. Bright young mind.
How you doing, my man?
So real quick, I do got another question for you before we get into you. Is it still a den of thieves out there? The secondary? Is it still a den?
Hey, man. Hey.
We got a new era. What we calling it?
Hey, man, that's the best thing about our room. The defensive back room. You're always gonna have some characters, man, on and off the field, man. And we do a good job of letting those guys, have the autonomy to make their own, identity. So it'll be interesting to see. Not sure what they'll call themselves, but we got characters in our room, so it'll be interesting to see.
Now, everybody saw us pick up Horn. Now, y'all did a great job actually in the draft. I was for it, you know what I'm saying? Y'all did a great job. And we did the first year Matt came in, y'all did all defensive draft. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Then we added on to that last year. You got Horn. How do you think Horn is going to complement the other secondaries? Like you got J Jack, you got Chin that was balling last year. How do you think Horn will complement them, and who else do you think, or should we be on the lookout for as a bright young talent in this upcoming training season, if you don't mind?
Oh, for sure, man. Well, I'm excited, just like all of you guys were, man. When we got Horn in the draft, man, it made my day for sure. Just about my whole year, man. But I was excited to get him. But he's definitely a great component to our room. He's definitely a young guy, great leadership, man, and he's definitely a guy who's going to make us better, man. And we got a good group of guys in our room who's going to challenge him to get better, and he's going to challenge those guys to get better, man. So we're happy to have him a part of the group.
And once again, I'm just doing a little segue. I have to show some love to Miss Kelsey Nicole Nelson. That's my girl, man. She's actually one of the anchors and voices of the Washington football team. But she's up and coming, so showing love as always to my girl.
How you doing?
Now, my man said you also had the chance to coach the Senior Bowl, man. How was that experience, coaching and developing players right before they came into the draft this last season?
Man, it was amazing, man. It was an opportunity of a lifetime, if I can say that, man. Just being able to be in a position to be at a point of a guy's life that things are about to happen for him that he's only dreamed about since he was a child, and then and for myself, that was a great deal just to be able to be in that position to do something that I've dreamed about forever. Growing up, I've always took the time out to watch the Senior Bowl, watch some of my favorite college players, go to the Senior Bowl and then go to the NFL draft, so just to be a part of it, it was really awesome, man.
Yeah, I love that whole experience, man. It's like the exciting part, even if it's not you, just watching it, the draft, Senior Bowl, all that, watching these guys' dreams come true, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. And I'm all my Panthers fans, every time you come in, I'm showing some love, man. Jeffrey Oates, Big Cuzzo. Carolina, show my man said some love, man. But real quick, also, I wanted to know on a serious side, as an up-and-coming coach, said, what is your coaching philosophy towards coaching adults, man, with you being so young, man? How do you reach the players? What is your philosophy?
Well, just, you kind of said a key thing at the end. You said adults, and really the biggest thing for myself personally, I don't see anybody, adult or child, if I love you, I love you, and I love everybody, so that's my biggest thing. First off, I'm going to do everything out of love. and that's the biggest thing. I'm gonna respect you first off, and if you understand that I respect you and I care for you genuinely, I care for your well-being on and off the field, and it's that much more easier for you to listen to me. And that's the biggest thing. No matter if it's a child or someone on a middle school, high school, college, NFL level, they're more prone to listen to you once they understand that you genuinely care for them. They can trust you. You respect them. You know, they're genuine. They're more prone to listen to you. So no matter what, they're all human beings. At the beginning of the day, once we build that trust, that relationship, and we both understand we respect each other and we're here for a common goal, then it's that much easier to listen, man.
And that's cool, man. Because even when you first start coaching, it's trial and error, man. Because you gotta understand that you are always being watched, just like father is being watched. And then being aggressive and different approaches.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you.
Can you hear me? Let me know if you can
There we
hear me.
go.
Okay.
That's better.
Yeah, I was just saying that as coming as a fresh coach, learning the different approaches, how to reach your players. You just can't come aggressive. You have to learn how to reach players. And what you said is, you know, head on. As far as developing relationship and trust in athletes. I don't care what level you're on. So that's very beneficial for coaches. I appreciate
For
that.
sure.
So one thing that my man said came through to help me with is my research, and I told you we're gonna have some players of the NFL come through, and I'm gonna ask some questions that are in reference to my research. So we're gonna get right on into that said and learn more about you and your experience, and learn from your experiences if you don't mind.
For sure.
All right. So if you can tell my viewers more about you, just about your background, where you're from, and where you went to school, said.
All right. Well, I'm from Houston, Texas. I actually grew up on the east side of Houston. Um, I graduated from North Shore High School. I played ball there. And just to say my upbringing, man, of course, we can get on here. We all talk about, the negative upbringing. We grew up in the, inner city. Things were bad. We all led that life, but at the end of the day, living in it, it wasn't as bad as what you see on movies, because I can honestly say, things, if I tell you, I'm pretty sure I can write a movie, but I can honestly say the people that was around, they did everything out of love, so as bad as things were, I never knew it was that bad, so I can honestly say I was surrounded by people that were great growing up, my father, my mother, who passed away when I was 10, my grandmother, they did a great job raising me. With the little that we had, I thought we were millionaires.
That's awesome. And I got somebody in the background. I'm not sure. Did you invite somebody, man? Because if so, they can come through, man. Adam McGuire.
Oh yeah, man. Adam. Yeah. Matter of fact, that's my room. That was my roommate back in college, man.
Let's bring him on, man. Let's show some love, man. Adam,
Let's
what
bring
up,
him on.
man?
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
What's up, McGuire?
We want to show some love, man.
Oh man, I'm doing good. Shoot, I actually I'm in between Zoom calls, and Cedrick sent me something, so I was like, man, what is this? But I was like, he must be out here dishing out some sauce or something, man. He doing something.
Hey, man. Yeah, I just wanted to bring you on, man. We giving them his flowers today, man. And if you want to give show him some flowers and tongue twisted, more than welcome to, brother.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me get my audio fixed real quick.
Okay. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna ask you one more question, Ted. Hold on. Let me see if we got him.
Hold on. Technical difficulty. Hello?
Yeah. You here, brother?
Oh yeah, I can hear y'all now.
Awesome. I was saying we'll just bring you on. I saw you up, but I said if you want to, what we're doing is giving Ted his flowers today, introducing him to the Bill, all of Carolina as a coach, showing him we got to support. But if you want to show some love, tell some stories, whatever you got, we just giving him his roses today, brother.
Oh man, I could go on for freaking days about Cedrick. What's crazy is, so funny story. When we first got to college, I ain't even like Cedrick. I didn't even like him because he was loud. He was he just did too much. And then, like if you just know me, I can get there, but I'm pretty reserved. Like I kind of sit back and just watch and just peep people. And I was like, man, he just doing too much for me. He ain't my type of dude. Man, when I tell you that's my blood brother now, man. And that's the thing. He taught me not to judge people by their outer appearance or how they carry themselves and get to know a person's character. And, in college, you don't really be thinking about stuff like that. But that's also one of the things that's helped me as a college coach and getting to know coaches, parents, recruits, is it don't matter how they present themselves, what I'm saying, when you first see them, it's all about the heart and getting to know that person as an individual. And, man, me and him, we've been through it together, man. We didn't live together. Shoot, he motivates me to keep on pushing, man. It's been crazy just to see that evolution, man. I didn't see where he grew up. When he said he got it out the mud, I didn't see it.
For real.
I mean, shoot, just
awesome, man.
He don't have no quit in him. Man. And even when he do, he'll tell you he'll call himself some things and slap himself a few times, but he's been through worse. And he'll just keep on pushing, man. And
for real, man. I appreciate
it's just
that,
nothing but fight in him.
That is dope, man. And Adam, tell us where you coaching at right now, brother.
Man, I'm a defensive analyst at TCU out here in Fort Worth. Going into season number 2. And so, hey, man, I'm trying to get like Cedrick, man. That's all I'm doing.
Trying to get like you, man.
We're going to have you come back and highlight you and some of your players as well. I just had a young man from TCU that was out there as well. Just because I'm not thinking right, it won't come off to me. I think he's at Colorado now, slot receiver. He was there last year.
Are you talking about Dylan?
He's from Charlotte.
Oh, from Charlotte? I can't even think who you're talking about right now.
It's going to come to me later, man. But you're definitely more than welcome to come back, man. We definitely would love to highlight you as well, bro.
Oh, I definitely appreciate that, man. I'll keep showing Ced some love. He deserves it.
Appreciate you, man. Love you, bro.
Hey,
all right, love you too. I gotta get out of here.
Nice meeting you, bro.
Yes, sir. You too.
It don't get better than that, man. And that was genuine right there, bro.
That's my guy right there, man.
Hey, now real quick, back to the question. I know, and you kind of answered it. I was going to ask you, how was your environment in your area of Texas growing up?
Just like I said, man, it was literally, if you could put it on the movie, but to me, I didn't perceive it like that, and that's just about with anything, it's just all about personal perception. My parents did a great job bringing me up, man, raising me, showing me the right things, showing me what to do, what not to do, talking to me in that way, and just raising me up the right way. So I just tried to stay out of trouble, man, make sure my grades are great.
Now, growing up, who were some of your influences that made a positive impact in your life growing up? For example, like parents, coaches, people in church.
For sure, man. I definitely have to say my father. I grew up with my father in my life, my whole life. Like I say, my mom died 10 days after my 10th birthday, and my dad was there the whole time. Definitely, that's my best friend. And then I would have to say my grandma. She's the toughest woman I've ever met in my life, strongest woman. And then I would say just my coaches in high school, Coach Amon, Coach K, Coach Johnson. Those are my guys in high school. They set a great foundation. And then going to college, I was surrounded by some great coaches that gave me my first opportunity, to actually coach as well, that I'm forever grateful for.
Awesome. Now, let's go to your collegiate years. How would you describe the environment, not necessarily at the school, but in your program collegiately when you came in, and what school did you go to?
Oh, well, I went to Texas Lutheran University. It was actually a Division III school out in Seguin, Texas, about 30 minutes outside of San Antonio. And it was, compared to my high school team, it was a little different. I went from the team who was, contenders for state championships every year. And that was the reason why I chose to go to the school that I went to, because I want to have opportunity to build something. So going to a Division III school, you get an opportunity to surround yourself with multiple teammates. And we did a really good job of retention. But I still got an opportunity to be around a lot of people and meet a lot of people. So it was just I would say, relationship wise, it was great, man. I got a chance to meet people from multiple, socioeconomic situations. They grew up in, like myself personally, I didn't even know kids got boats at 18 until I got to college, and they had cars since they were 15. I got my first car in college and they were getting boats at 18. So it was cool just to see that. So I got a chance to experience something different, man. But I really think that helped me, develop, even a bigger and better personality, when it comes to human beings, because now I got a chance to understand people from multiple ethnicities, socioeconomical backgrounds, so it was great, man.
Now, with football programs, and more so on your higher level division, Power Five schools, maybe smaller Division I schools, we see a lot of sheltering of players off with off the field criminal conduct. Now, do you have any, or how was the environment with your college program as far as when players got in trouble off the field? Did they kind of shelter the players and keep them on because players are resources for the program and the program brings the school a lot of money? Do you see that kind of environment at your school?
Yeah, well, we didn't really, have too many instances of people getting in trouble. But when you did, you had different outreaches around campus that you could go to. And, like I say, biggest thing is when, as a coach, you always want your players to be able to come communicate to you, So as a coach, you're just not a coach, but you're also a counselor, a mentor, a father figure. So it was also easier if you were going through something to be able to come communicate with a coach, and they can be able to give you the right resources if you need be.
Now, and then you just bring up, rolled into my next question. What kind of resources did you have at your undergrad college where you played, as far as helping out with behavior help? Because we know we also always have a lot of resources with finances or career development. But as far as behavior help, was there any resources that they had for you at that level?
Yes, sir, they did. Matter of fact, they actually had behavior specialists at Texas Lutheran. If you ever needed someone to go talk to, a counselor, they actually had a doctor there to where you can just pop in and speak to at any time. And that was a great resource. For it to be a small school as it is, they had plenty of resources to where if you get there, you're homesick, you don't know how to handle different things, you want to learn about money, they had those different sources out there for you.
Now, I'm gonna fast forward it a little and talk about your after your playing career. You actually coached at Baylor as well. Tell us about that experience going from playing and then going to a bigger program at Baylor, and
Uh-huh.
how did that manifest as well?
Well, I actually, so like I say, I coached at my alma mater for about 2.5 years, and then I got the opportunity to be a graduate assistant with Coach Rule and staff at Baylor, and that was a great opportunity right there. But the biggest thing I can say, manifested, I just took the opportunity to just educate myself and really go about the process. At the end of the day, I want to be a big time coach where I was at, and I'm just me. I enjoy learning. That's my biggest thing. Like I really enjoy learning, and I enjoy teaching. And that's why I coach. I really enjoy teaching, whether it's on the field or off the field. I enjoy teaching, and that's kind of how I met Coach Rule and staff. I was at a clinic down in Texas, a coaching clinic, just educating myself, and got a chance to run across those guys when they first got hired on at Baylor, and just making casual conversation with them, and a few weeks later, I got an opportunity to go down and coach with them.
That's smooth, and then you bring up a lot of key points as far as that experience with first of all networking and making connections. But what I also highlighted out of that conversation was the ability to simplify information because of your passion of wanting to learn and
Hmm.
it's yourself by yourself, kind of self motivated. I guess that helps you with your coaching as well, just your passion to want to learn, right?
For sure, it definitely does, man. Like I can honestly say, my dad, my best friend, my grandma, she was one of my best friends, and I enjoyed being around them, just listening to them, getting that wisdom from them more than sometimes being around my own friends. But I'm big on just learning and just being able to teach what I've learned.
Smooth, very smooth, bro. Now, I do want to ask you this as well. These are all research questions. How would you compare the developmental resources we were just talking about as far as uh, resources from Baylor to your college in Texas? Not well, both of them in Texas, but your undergrad.
I would say, of course, you have more resources when you get up to the the bigger schools. You have more resources, but just for Texas Lutheran to even have a resource like that, I don't know how many people have those resources, but they did a great job of having that resource for us, and then just being able to get up to Baylor and see that those resources are there even more. It was very promising.
And this was the one questions excited me. I want to know what was the impact of your teammates, not even your teammates, your friends in college, um, off the field, and then also the follow up question is what was your impact to them as far as keeping each other out of trouble or in trouble off the field.
Well, shoot, that was the biggest thing, man. Well, first off, I'm a competitor, and I'm gonna hang around. Like my man Adam said, he's like, hey, like, well, I was just super competitive, man, and I ain't mind. If we was gonna tackle at practice, we was gonna tackle, and I'm gonna let you know that I'm gonna get with you. So I came in, I was the hothead freshman, so everybody looked at me like this guy crazy, but shoot, I just came in about the business, and working. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Nah, go ahead.
But just say that again. I'm sorry.
But the follow up question was basically, how did you guys, from you to your teammates to your friends in college, how did y'all influence each other off the field as far as behavioral? Let's say I'm gonna put you in a situation. Let's say we partying or whatnot. Somebody's hot about something, or about to get at it with somebody else. Who? How did each other's attitude benefit or influence each other? Who was the leader, or how did that work with you?
What Well, that was the biggest thing. We all held each other accountable. At the end of the day, if we ever, went out to a party, the biggest thing is we're all gonna make it back home. And we're not gonna do anything crazy in the outside world to jeopardize our name because if we get in trouble, that's the whole team. That's the family name. So that was the biggest thing. We are just smart enough not to even get involved with anything like that. And then we were super busy as an athlete. A lot of the times you're on a schedule, so you don't really have time to get involved with too much. But we did a good job of being smart-minded guys who held each other accountable. And no matter if it was on the field, off the field, or my roommate not getting up for class, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna check him. I'm just not gonna allow it to happen, and he would do the same for me, man. So just did a good job of surrounding myself with like-minded guys.
That's very smooth. Now let's fast forward to linking up with Coach Rule again as he's hired as a head coach at Carolina. Uh, what kind of resources do you see on a professional level for players as far as development issue with criminal conduct off the field on the individual team level, not as far as the league was supposed to
Yes, sir. Well, sure. It's the biggest thing is just educating those guys and just making sure that they don't make those decisions. Just take a little second to breathe, man. But we do a good job of resourcing those guys. With our, for example, our head of security, Eddie Livens. He does a great job of educating those guys, and just giving them a source to come be able to come talk to if anything is going on off the field that they don't feel comfortable talking to anybody about. So we got a few resources that those guys can go to and talk to them about anything that they want to.
now. Well, I might ask it anyway because it's one of the research questions. But as a coach, what influence do you instill into players as far as making their decisions off the field and keeping them off of like headlines of ESPN?
The biggest thing is just thinking before you make any action. One thing my dad always told me, growing up, usually if you have to think about it, it's probably not the right decision. So just being able to educate those guys, making them aware of the troubles out there in the world, and just letting them know that they can't blow the opportunity that they have, and just role models. Just being leaders, man.
Smooth. And do you feel that there are any gaps in resources, like I alluded to earlier? I know that there's a lot of resources as far as financial planning, investment making, different things that you learn in your rookie symposium, coming in with the NFLPA. But do you see any gaps? Because we also, I know players look and watch it, that the Cedrick getting in trouble on ESPN. Do you feel there's any gaps that need to be addressed as far as extra resources in that area, as far as criminal conduct off the field?
Yeah, so of course, at the end of the day, why I feel like with everything, it's a process. It's always a standard that needs to be recreated. You know, um, I think teams are doing the best that they can right now to be able to make sure that they are taking those precautions and educating the players. But I think as time goes on, things will get better and better and better.
Hey man, and that's the end of the research questions, man. We ain't got to be formal no more, man. I appreciate it.
For sure.
Now, now tell me this: with you coming up and getting ready for the season, man. I know you. We talked about it earlier. You excited, man, just like we are as Carolina fans. What can we expect for you guys on the defensive side of the ball, man? What are you looking for as far as this year? What you got?
Man, I'm expecting you guys to see, the toughest, hardest working, most competitive defense, in the NFL. Uh, a defense that's disciplined and fast, and tough.
And they got us ranked as a surprise squad. Somebody's gonna hit you with a haymaker and you ain't noticed it. And I'm seeing it on the defensive side of the ball, so I'm definitely looking forward to it, man.
Hey, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, man.
Now, tell me this: you made a dope quote. I actually saw a past interview from you, and you had a dope quote, and I wanted to see if you could break it down for us and tell us how it was been a tool to your success for you. That quote was, "Never let it rest until your good is better than your best." How has that been influential to you, or help mold you to the coach you are and the person you are, the man you are?
Never let it rest until your good is better than your best, man. I would live and die by that, man. And that's a quote that my position coach in high school, Coach Thomas Johnson, he used to always tell us that, and it always stuck to me, always stuck to me, always stuck to me. And just as life goes on, someone can tell you something as a young kid, but you don't really hear it until you grow. And as I grow, man, from being a player, I used to think of it as, all right, when I go to the weight room and I lift weights, if I go in today and I have to hit 10 reps of 225, when I go in the next day, I don't have to hit the reps the same way that I did the other day. If it was a 10, I don't have to recreate the standard. I just have to make that day better. And it has to be a new 10, so never let it rest until your good is better than your best. From a player standpoint, I saw it like that. And then when I became a coach, I was like, you know what? Never let it rest until your good is better. Good is better than your best. So if I was to go and just coach the most talented players on the team, then what would I get out of it? So I said, if I coach the least talented or the least intelligent, or what people would say, if I coach them and I make them better than what people perceive the best to be, then my best is only going to get better. So I always just tell myself, if yesterday I was at a 10 and I want to be and I want to get better, today I got to be at a 10, but it has to be better than yesterday's 10. And I just got to be at 1%, man. So I was just always tell myself, never let it rest until my good is better than my best.
Like that. And that's some yeah, sometimes you hear stuff and it sticks with you. That's one of them things that's gonna stick with me, keep going. So I hope it sticks with someone else. All my college coaches, high school coaches, AAU, hey man, share this to your kids, man. Share this to your kids. And speaking of that, what kind of advice would you give to an up and coming coach that's in the high school ranks, college ranks, trying to grind it out and get to the same level as you, what kind of advice would you give them based on experiences that you had already?
I would say honestly, man, just fall in love with the first your passion. You know, coaching has to be your passion, man. It first has to be your passion. If you're looking for any other exterior motives, and then you won't last long in it, man. So it first has to be your passion, man. And outside of that, man, just be able to persevere through anything. You know, just be process oriented. Take it one day at a time. You know, just have no expectations for anything. Just love and be the best where you're at. You know, my biggest thing I always tell myself is I want to have my mind where my feet are. You know, so I can't be the best. I can't really be the best Nick Saban, but I can be the best Cedrick Whitaker. You know, and the only thing I can do is keep getting better, 1% better every day. You know, so no matter if I'm in little league coaching, I'm gonna give everything I have for one because it's my passion. You know, and I'm gonna love those kids, and I'm gonna teach them ball, and I'm gonna run around, and I'm gonna have fun with them, no matter if it's on this level or if it's on any level. You know, I'm just gonna be the best Cedric that I can be. You know, and everything else to take care of itself, man. So just be process oriented, man. Work hard where you're at. If you see yourself as you know the greatest coach in the NFL right now, make sure that you're the greatest coach in the NFL. Even if you're the head coach of the Pee Wee team right now, man, just manifest it, you know, and be process oriented.
You just found the theme of this episode, man. I want to have my head where my feet is. I know that's right.
For
And then
sure,
on
man.
top of that, we're gonna let God order them steps. I know that's right, man. I like that, brother.
Hey, man.
Now, real quick, hey man, I need a lot of free donuts on Mondays this year, my man. So relay that to the defense, man. I need some free donuts, man. but
It's gonna be great.
yeah, man. Before, hey, look, we was able to keep it under an hour, man. You don't understand, said, I truly appreciate you, man, because I'm really trying to do some things and help this research make it local, where we can make a difference for your profession, for kids that coming into the league, to help them out so we can make them better with their career. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate you, man. You don't understand.
I appreciate you too, man.
And last thing, man, I told you about it before. If you don't mind, I'm gonna pull you up on the big screen, and I was just seeing if you could tell me, this is Cedrick Whitaker, coach of the Carolina Panthers. Stay plugged into Jarrell's journal, man.
For sure, man.
All right, I'm gonna pull you up. Give me 1 second, brother. You on?
Hey, man, it's Cedric Whitaker, assistant coach with the Carolina Panthers, man. I just want to let you guys know you definitely need to stay plugged in, man, to Jarrell's journal, man.
That's money. That's money, man. I appreciate you, my guy. Hey, man. Hey, I'm telling you, I don't think you understand. And I'm gonna send this over the next couple of days to you. The bill is heavy supported with the Carolina Panthers,
Appreciate
man.
you, man.
This is the hood down here in North Carolina, man. We from everywhere. But hey, look, man, we heavy supported by the with the Carolina Panthers. So we got to get Fan Fest in on a tour around North Carolina and make sure y'all stop in the field, bro.
For sure, man.
Hey, man, continue blessings to you. We're gonna watch you over your career, and I can't wait to see you as a head coach, man, and let everybody know that you was at Jarrell's Journal first already, man. We were able to see your, what kind of person, what kind of characteristics you are here, and continue blessings to you for real, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Drew.
All right, man. If you hold on, man, we're gonna close out, man, and I'm gonna get at you in a second, bro. Hey, man, that was my man said. He came through, and that was love, man. He took time out to tell us about his experience from high school, college, working at Baylor, then transitioning to the National Football League. He also helped me out with my first part of my research, and I truly appreciate my guy. Please share this, man. Any college coaches, CIAA, SWAC, MEAC, ACC, any Power Five schools, professional level, share this, man. And then if you are a part of a former or current player in the NFL, if you don't mind coming through, sharing your experiences, helping out with the research, please lock in, hit me up on any of my outlets. I will get back at you and we'll have you on as well. Stay tuned as we have a lot of things coming up. Share this once again. And thank you, man. I really enjoyed it, man. I look forward to seeing y'all real soon. So, with that being said, I'll check y'all next time. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, this your journey in Jarrell's journal. Say it now, that's right. Nothing less but the best. This your journey in Jarrell's journal. Say it now, stand up. All over the globe. This your journey in Jarrell's journal. 2-6. In city, stand up. 2-6. This your journey in Jarrell's journal. Let's go.
Bring it with me, the source of your information, created to cover all sorts of sports and many players. In the making, there is none other like it. From the majors to the minors, it's tailored to be enlightening. To politic with the globe and unfold an athletic platform for the world to behold. Stay tuned as I cover your thoughts and views. Innovating a structure to stand taller for the player of the day, making way for tomorrow. Consistent content distributed with quality as passions of the youth get used, creating prodigies. The cornerstone for the call-ins and interviews, opinions, countdowns, trivia's the latest news. Bearing gifts, so this from me to you, guaranteed to be what you don't wanna miss. So have a seat, cause I'm back.